To learn how to make this holiday wreath, please keep watching. You will need 2 boxes of white and silver Christmas balls, 2 boxes of gold, 1 box of white. I bought this cute little package of decorative ones that have like a rose gold and a darker gray and ivory. And then 2 packages of these little decorative balls as well. The base will be made out of a piece of styrofoam, and this measures in at about that big. So that's a total of 96 balls, and not counting these filler balls as well. Okay, so I have my hot glue gun is plugged in and it's on a paper plate just so I don't get glue all over the table. And I also put down a garbage bag just because these have a ton of glitter and I can't stand glitter. So I suggest you put one down too, just to kind of save yourself the mess. And then I unpackaged all of the balls so that they're out and I can easily grab them. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna start on the outside of this circle and you're gonna do an alternating pattern of the silver, the gold, and the white. So as I go, important thing is you're taking the top of each ornament off, and I just save one of the boxes and I'm throwing them in the box as I go. And then you're gonna start by placing a little bit of hot glue along the top of your ornament. And then what I do for the outside is I'm going to shove this guy right into the outside of the foam circle, like so. And once you're done, you can go back and just fill in a little bit of hot glue on either side just to secure it. So I'm kind of picking at random, and I'm doing different sizes. It doesn't really matter what kind of pattern you do, whatever it is that you like. And I'm just gluing the top. And then again, I'm putting it as close together as possible, and I'm going to push it into that foam. And we're only going to push it into the foam on the outside perimeter and the inside perimeter. You cannot push it in to this top part because it's going to crack the foam. So you could go outside, inside, but do not do this part of the wreath. Okay, so I am alternating between big and small, and I have about 1 big one, and then I did between 3 or 4 small in between each one, and I'm just kind of doing the colors at random, but just so it looks like a nice mix. So once the outside perimeter is completely covered, you're going to go into the inside of this. So I would recommend starting with the smaller balls just because it is a tiny space. And again, it's the same exact concept where you're going to be putting the glue around the top of the ornament. And then you're going to stick it on the inside of the wreath. That crunch means it's in there. And then you're going to continue with whatever kind of color pattern you want on this. So I'm doing about 1 larger ball and then 3 smaller balls in between each one. Okay, so this is the trickiest part. We're now moving on to the inside of the wreath. And as you can see, I'm just gluing one side and then I'm kind of placing it in between 2 of the balls. I'm going to fill in a little bit with my glue gun just so it sticks. And then I'm going to turn it to the side so that you can see how I did that. So he's kind of sandwiched and resting on top of 2 different balls. And now this is a lot of playing with it and placing and trying to see what works and what doesn't work. So you just got to be patient as you kind of move along. So I'm going to stick this next one over here. I'm going to stick that like that. Like I said, you could just fill in with the glue whenever you need to, just to get it to really stick on. And then you keep going. Okay, so now you can see that we have them kind of in alternating pattern. And we're gonna keep on adding. Step is to fill in any empty spaces that you have in your wreath. So I bought a separate package that has these really cute snowflake ornaments in a rose gold and the gray and an ivory and gold. So I'm going to try to make them focal points in this arrangement wherever I see fit, and then I'm going to use these little guys to kind of fill in wherever there are spaces. So I'm going to start, figure out what I want the center or the top of my wreath to be. And I feel like I like it like this, so I'm going to keep it this way facing me. And I'm going to start to add in my really pretty decorative ones. And as you can see, same process of going around and then just sticking that guy right in. Get a little bit more hot glue here. Okay. And you could also add in the other balls, little smaller balls, as you're kind of going. Your finished product.